Hey guys, it's Ep7 and welcome back to episode 7 of my Monaco career mode. Now in today's episode, we've got an initial game here against Juventus in the Champions Cup. We're currently in the group stage at the moment, and we've also got 2 games in the league to play as well. So this should be an interesting array of sort of matches to play. We've got a game against Juventus, obviously a very tough match this one, but a win here would pretty much almost secure us a position in the next round. It puts us in a really good position anyway, and we've got 2 league games coming up afterwards. So this is the sound I'm going to go with, the opening match of today's episode. There's a few players missing out through injuries or tiredness, that sort of thing. So Subasic starts in goal. We've got Sidibe starting at right back, Glick and Zuma as my centre backs, Mendy as my left back, Toussaint and Bakayoko starting at CDM, Lamar on the left hand side, Malcolm on the right hand side, Moutinho in behind Mbappe. And that leaves us with a depleted looking bench, but still a good enough bench, hopefully, for the last 30 minutes of the game. We've got Fabinho on there as well, who's just a little bit tired, so misses out in today's match. But before we get into things, if we could go ahead and hit 100 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Trying to hit 10,000 subscribers now by the end of next month. That's going to be the target to hopefully try and achieve, because at the end of next month, it's my 5-year anniversary on YouTube. So it'd be nice to try and hit 10,000 subscribers by then. But yeah, let's crack on with things straight away in today's episode and hopefully get ourselves 3 points. Come on, here we go. This is going to be a tough game, this one against Juventus, I'd imagine. I'm expecting them to come out and play good football. They're really needing the points. They're only on 2 points from the opening 3 matches in the group. So they are desperately needing the points, but we are wanting to try and get as many as possible to make sure we 100% qualify from the group stage. It's a tough group as well, so if we could do that, that'd be one hell of an achievement. And we need to keep the ball well. We need to also win it back much better than we did in the first leg against them. Good spell of possession for them here. Higuain looking to hold it up and waiting for some support. Can't let him play that pass, and we're losing the game 1-0. Poor, really poor defending there. That's disappointing. Just basically held us up, and we've not managed to get out to them. We've not marked the players properly, and we're 7 minutes in. We're losing the game. It's not a good start. Poor defending. Don't know where all the players have gone, and Subasic can't save it. It's not the start we're after in our home leg here. This is a disappointing way to begin today's episode, but we're going to keep going. It's only 7 minutes in. There's plenty of time to try and change things around. It's a free kick opportunity here for Juventus. They've got a couple of players over it. They deliver it in, and we've headed that straight out. Lovely turn from Lamar, by the way. Lovely. Got to get past Sandro. Still waiting for a little bit of support. Going to try and play that pass into Toussaint, who's brought it up the pitch. Trying to find Bakayoko with the cross, maybe. He's in there and gets a header, deflects towards Buffon. Not enough behind it, not quite near enough to the goal. But a decent counter-attack. We're going to probably need a few more of them to be able to get back into this match, because that seems like our best way of really getting into this game, I think. We are going to struggle to outplay them. They've got some really good players in this side. We think we will struggle to outplay them, so maybe counter-attacking might be the best way. Moutinho looking to find Bakayoko with that run from midfield. Takes it down. Bakayoko just gets a toe to it. How can he not get more power behind that? That's so disappointing, but it's brilliant play. It's fantastic, intricate passing. Maybe we can find a way to pass through them. Wasn't really anticipating that based on the way that they started this match, but that's certainly brilliant the way we've opened them up there. Starting to get a foothold in the game a little bit now, starting to play much better football, and Juventus not causing us as many issues. That's good, but we need to try and find ourselves a goal and keep possession as well as this continually. Mbappe into Lamar, still looking for a shooting opportunity, finds his way through, and it delayed the shot. It took it at a very odd time. I was trying to take it a little bit earlier than what happened. Sandro gets forward here, plays it inside, completely unmarked. What a save from Subasic. That's their first chance since they scored the goal. That would have been so cruel to have conceded another there. Okay, so we played much better for the majority of that first half. Juventus are in the lead though at half-time. They are still winning the match 1-0, and they could have made it 2-0 right at the end there. Our issue at the moment is our lack of clinical finishes. That's the issue at the moment. How has he just outdone us there? Why is there a free man? Why is there somebody completely unmarked? That's just terrible. Look, where's everyone gone? Where is everyone there? You've got to have players in front of your goal. That's just basics, and it's terrible. Again, it's completely out of my control. I can't control all of the back 4 at once. It's just their off-the-ball movements are really poor at the moment, and it nearly cost us another goal. Got to try and win back the ball better as well. We've not been good enough at that. Juve have just been constantly just messing us around, basically, with the ball, being almost showing off at times. Malcolm with a poor first touch, who gave it away again. Okay, all three changes now, something a little bit different here. We're going to have to mix things up a bit because I've been a bit disappointed with the performance. It's not been very good in the second half. Falcao and Dirara both coming on, along with the youngster Mayomba Ninkita. Again, I always pronounce that one wrong, I think. Bakayoko, Toussaint, Lamar all to come off. And yeah, we're going to go with that. We have to try and support Mbappe a bit more. We've not been good enough attacking. I can't really work out what it is. There's a lot of young players on the pitch, a lot of players that still are not at their peak, which is understandable. We've still got to try and grow them. They've got great potential, but just some of them are doing some very bizarre things for us. Just hoping that can eventually change. Mbappe's runs have been a little bit bizarre as well. That one just running straight into the centre-back, not really giving us an option. Falcao looking to switch it there. Malcolm's on that right-hand side. Looking for an opportunity here. He's got loads of space. Can he get the shot away? He has done. It's not a great finish, really. Not a convincing one. Never felt he was going to go through and score. He's been caught up far too easily by the centre-backs as well. The ageing centre-backs, I must add. So, yeah, disappointing again. Not taking the chance. That's good. Falcao's found some space. Mbappe needs a runner. Oh, not what I wanted to happen. I wanted a touch from Malcolm to bring it inside, then take the shot. You can just see here, he takes a shot too early. I wanted a touch inside. And it was supposed to go to Falcao. That's the reason why I took the shot. It wasn't even supposed to go to him. Yeah, frustrating. Malcolm now to deliver the ball. Zuma's in there, connects, but again, not convincing enough behind that. In the end, Buffon just saving it very easily. Going all out now. Mbappe looking to turn in. Just doesn't have the strength there up against the centre-back. That's understandable. That I can understand. He's not the strongest of players. But some of the other performances that we've had during this game have been very bizarre from our players. It's been a strange sort of game, really, for us. One that we deserve to probably get a draw from, but I can't really say much more than that, to be honest. Glick here being turned inside and out, but eventually the game finishes. It's a 1-0 loss. It's very disappointing to lose like this in the Champions Cup, where we have actually been very, very good this season. In this match, we had chances, didn't take them. And we lose the match against Juventus. Yeah, we might have to add to the squad to try and improve that, or train up the players that we currently have. Eventually, they will be able to be good enough to take those chances. So now it's the next game, and it's against a team called ASNL. Now, I'm not really too sure what that stands for or anything like that, but we've got a game against them basically in the league now. And this is the side I'm going to go with. Something a little bit different here. We're going for a classic 4-4-2 holding type formation, and there's only a few changes to the last team, even though it's just like 3 or 4 days afterwards. I've gone a little bit different here, and you won't see this happen too many times on the career mode, but I've gone with a very, very strong side, even though there's a lot of tired players. So quite a tired team, but still it's a very strong team based on overall. Subasic starts in goal. Sidibe starts at right back. Got Jemison, Zuma starting at centre back. George comes in at left back. Bakayoko and Fabinho finally back as CDMs. Lamar on the left hand side. Durar on the right hand side. And we've got Mbappe and Falcao starting up front together. That's the bench I've gone with. Again, a lot of tired players on there as well. And quite a few players there missing out, as you can see. In the league, we're quite a few points behind the team at the top. So we have to try and win everything. And to do that, you need your best players out of the team, regardless of whether they're tied or not. Let's wait and see how we get on. Come on, we need the 3 points here. Been a little bit disappointing at times in the league recently. I lost to Saint Etienne as our most recent league match, I believe. It's obviously something we need to improve on. It's a 4-4-2 formation, so, you know, it's risky. It's not something we've played, I don't think, at all in this career mode. Certainly not very often. And it's a risk, but it's against a lesser team. And basically, I've changed some of the instructions to tactically try and get things right. We're just hoping for a good performance from the players. Mbappe's turning out. He's going to try and take a shot himself. Oh, it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Looking to try and play in Durar at one point, but the pass wasn't really on. And we'll take a corner. A good opportunity for us to get the ball into the box. Needs some options in there, needs someone to try and win it. Fabinho's up there. Oh, headers well, in fact. And Mbappe will try and recover, but he can't. It's a much better start to this game in the opening 10 minutes. Wait, what? Someone's just being sent off here for 2 yellow cards. Did not even realise that he was booked. And he's just brought down one of our players. That's the second yellow card, and they're down to 10 men. That should help us out. It's a few minutes before half time here. So gutted with the way that we've played there. This team's set up perfectly on paper to play 4-4-2. But they just don't stick in the right positions. The CDMs are too high, and the strikers don't do enough work basically up front to win back the ball for you. And the wingers aren't winning back the ball enough either. So it's frustrating. But yeah, like I said, they've got the right players to be able to do it. Just 4-4-2 doesn't seem to be the right formation, given the way that the players like to play in game. So it's frustrating, but we're going to have to try and find a way to win this match. It's 0-0 at half time. We're going to have to tweak the formation, sadly. Okay, so having to go back to this formation, we've got no choice. There's not really any other options we can choose, to be honest, in terms of formation, given the players that we have on the pitch. So it's a 4-2-3-1. Going to give it a go. Falcao playing it behind Mbappe. We're struggling here. We're struggling. It's frustrating because we have the players. They're just not performing. It's frustrating. More like it from Falcao, getting involved here, trying to actually contribute something to the game. Falcao onto Dira, looking to get past this fullback. He's struggling to do that. That's disappointing. Falcao can't get on the end of the cross. Much better though on that attack. Need to try and get the players offering some different options for us here. We've got Falcao trying to get a shot in, but oh, on a plate for us. That's really poor goalkeeping. Lamar there sweeping up. Wow, I can't celebrate too much because that goal is ridiculous. We will take it though. It's 1-0. 54 minutes into this match. Great turn from Falcao. That in itself deserved a goal, but the goalkeeper now, he's had a howler. Luckily, we put it in the back of the net. Wasn't really anticipating it, and for a second, nearly didn't manage to get a shot away. But it's 1-0, and a good start to the second half. Hopefully that should give us some confidence, allow us to play a bit better, because now we've changed the formation, we are a little bit more balanced, I feel, but it's just, I'm so gutted that we can't play 4-4-2, with the positioning of the two CDMs really making it so difficult for us to do that. It's more like it, crowding round them. It's a foul this time round, but that's something we did not see in the first half at all. And it's better, we need to be winning back the ball much quicker. We don't really have a lot of players that feel particularly fast on the feet for some reason. We need to be winning back the ball much more convincingly than we did in the first half. Now we've got to make something of this chance. Falcao with an opportunity, and it's 2-0. That's more like it, finally. Got to show some more consistency though when we win back the ball. We've got to be able to use it much better like we did there. And I think it was Bakayoko that won it back that time round. But we've done that several times during this match. And the next pass has always been giving it straight back to the opposition. So we need to improve on that massively. But this team's got such great potential. It's obvious to see. But we just need to be a bit more consistent. Brilliant finisher there in Falcao. Does take a deflection as it finds its way into the back of the net. But it's 2-0. And the game should be pretty much sealed now. We are going to make some changes, I think. Okay, so all three changes. We're going to bring on Boschilla, Germain and Mendy. We're going to take off Bakayoko, Lamar and Falcao. Give them all the rest in this game. The only bizarre things I've done here is basically put Germain on the left-hand side. I've done that before recently as well. And Mendy's going to play as a holding midfielder. We're going to give that a go, see how that works out for us. And we're just going to push on Durao a little bit as well. I think that's something that we've struggled with. The wingers have been a little bit too conservative at times. Got to try and put some pressure on the fullbacks who are really tucking in and making it tight down the middle. So we're going to make those changes. Hopefully it improves us a little bit tactically and it can lead to a couple more goals as we end this match. And Durao winning it back. That's how I pushed him further up the pitch. Durao going to have to play it across here. Mbappe! It's 3-0. Panicked for a second. Thought it was going to be saved. With a tactical switch to push Durao up because I saw the fullbacks are really getting up the pitch, or they're tucking in a lot as well. And this time now we've managed to capitalise on what is really sloppy play in the back of their defence, and it's 3-0. Had to go with a sweaty goal, but got to get them any way you can, basically. And Mbappe there gets to the third goal for us, and that's the 3 points in the bag now. Durao winning it back much better since we've moved in further up the pitch. Oh, a chance as well. Couldn't quite get a good enough connection on it. Accuracy was a little bit off, but so much better now. Much in control. One back there by Sidibe, and it's on to Durao again in this forward position. He's doing fantastically well. Ball in, Germain connects with it, not enough behind it again, and it will be comfortably caught by the goalkeeper. That's it, we've won the game 3-0. There's something we still need to work on, that's consistency. We were brilliant for the last sort of 30 minutes of that game. We were absolutely fantastic, but the previous 60 minutes was a real struggle and a very frustrating opening 60 minutes of the game. After that, though, we finally got the second goal, gave us some confidence to play a bit, and we ended up really outplaying them, dominating them completely. Got to do that, though, from the start of the match, ideally, and we need to work on that in the next few matches, but it's 3 points in the league for us, which we desperately needed after a run of disappointing results. Okay, so up to third position now. We've got a team behind us, Lille, there, still with a game in hand, so they could overtake us again, but it leaves us 4 points behind PSG, still 9 points behind Lyon, but as you can see, the key to being able to catch up with Lyon is definitely consistency. That is exactly what we've got to try and do over the next few league games. I think we are going to go ahead with the exact same 5-player drills here. We've got Mbappe, who should really go up to 81 this week. I'd be disappointed if he doesn't, and it will have to wait another week. But in fact, he has gone up. His finishing doesn't, but everything else that was expected to did end up going up nicely. So he's up to 81. Lamar there, slight movement along with George as well. So great news for us, and let's move on to the next match now. Actually, before then, we got Bernardo Silva coming back from his injury. That's great news. We do have some player drills to do yet again as well. George getting close to 74. Maybe that'll happen this week. Maybe we'll have to wait another week. Let's see. He has gone up fantastically well. And we've got Mbappe also go up on a few stats as well, which is great news. So a good week for us. Malcolm gets close to 80 overall. And I think now we should be able to go on to the next game. So the next game is against Lorient, FC Lorient. And we are going to see how we get on against them. I'm hoping, though, that we can put in a really good performance like we did in that last match. Okay, so on to the team selection now for this game. We're going to actually put out quite a strong team. And that's a little bit surprising. We've got a game against Borussia Mönchengladbach in just 3 days' time in the Champions League. But consistency is key now for us in the league, so we're going to have to put out a stronger team here. There's still 1 or 2 players that miss out, and we'll play in the next match. Subasic will start in goal here, though. Sidibe will start at right back, Kurt Zouma and Glick as our centre-backs. Mendy at left back with Bakayoko, and Fabinho starting with Toussaint just slightly in front of them, so it's a little bit of a different formation as well, you might have noticed. Lamar on the left-hand side with Malcolm on the right-hand side. Mbappe starts up front as well. There's a bit of pace up there, hopefully going to cause them some issues. This is the bench I've gone with. Silva still coming back from injury, so gets on there alongside Falcao. Moutinho, Boschilla, Dura, some of the other forward players as well that we have in the team. And yeah, you can see the players that are missing out in this match. It's quite a strong team, so we're going to have to try and get ourselves another 3 points. This is now going to be our priority for the next few matches to try and focus on getting good results in the league. Let's see how we get on, hopefully end the episode on a good result again. Okay, so here we go. Let's end the episode on a good result. That's what we have to do. We have to get ourselves the 3 points here. I'm happy with the team selection, actually. I'm happy I've gone with a stronger team and just moving a little bit of focus away from the Champions Cup for a little bit. We'll try and put out a strong team for that match, obviously, as well. But I think ultimately we're going to have to prioritise this for a few league matches and hopefully get ourselves a few string of good wins in the league. Brilliant. Brilliant from the winger. Toussaint going to pick Malcolm out now after he's just won back the ball. Malcolm looking for a crossing opportunity. Mbappe running closer to the ball rather than staying in the box. I think part of that might be me having to adapt my style of play a little bit just to the way Mbappe likes to play. He's not going to ever really win much in the box. So maybe starting playing the passes along the ground when we get into the box, or driven crosses, that sort of thing might be better for him. So if we can win back this ball here, if this is where we could win back the ball, they've got so much space where their fullbacks are. We can try and get that ball right into that position there. They've got loads of space there. We've got to try and do that a little bit more often, but it's just winning back the ball that we're struggling at. Got to improve our consistency when we win back the ball. This is a great opportunity. Malcolm! Got to finish it off. Toussaint.
It's about as bad as it can possibly get.
Well. There's no doubt he's got to finish that off. I don't care what body part he's putting it in with. Got to finish it off. Disappointing. And again, goes back to the point I've been making about us not being able to finish our chances. And we've got to really improve there. Brilliant run from Malcolm. Great ball in. Mbappe, for some reason, has taken the header. It was intended for Toussaint in the box. He was a bit more height than him. Don't know why he's nicked it off him. Might have gone to Toussaint, it's difficult to tell, but certainly had, for me, the better positioning in the box. Half-time, 0-0. There's hope, but it's small at the moment. It's a small bit of hope, because we're not showing our quality. There's too many times where we're showing little snippets of good things, and then that's it for 15 minutes, and then we'll do something again, and then that's it for 15 minutes. It's not relentless enough, and sadly, at the moment, we're just not creating enough chances, because we can't consistently attack teams, and we can't consistently win back the ball. So, yeah, consistency is very much the word, I think, for this episode. We're really struggling to play well for more than 15 minutes at a time. Tell you what, if we concede a goal, we are going to be in a right mess trying to get back an equaliser, because at the moment we're struggling, really. Too easy. Fabinho can't let him get past. This is what I said just 5 minutes ago. If we concede, which I felt we might have done, that's why I said it, then we're going to be in a right mess, and we are. We're in a right mess here, because Fabinho, you can't... Why has he gone past you so easily? You've gone one way and he's just gone the other. You can't let that happen. In the end, the player that's just completely made you look like a fool has just gone on to score, and we're losing the game 1-0 from minimal chances. They've not created any chances other than in this second half, where they've done 1 or 2 decent things, and they've scored. We've done several good things and not scored, and that's pretty much summed up what's happened recently for us, and it's just meant that we're just not showing enough consistency with our quality, because that, again, just those little passes have really not gone very well for us. Need to tidy up a bit, because at the moment we're looking desperately poor at times, and yeah, just I can't reiterate it enough. We're just not playing well enough. We're not showing our quality. So much potential, It's not performing. Okay, so 2 changes here. We're going to bring on Falcao and Silva, and we're going to take off Toussaint and Lamar. We'll see what that does. We're obviously messing around the formation. I'm not making it look pretty. I'm just trying to get the players playing in the right positions. And we've got Silva coming on the right-hand side. He's going to play tucked in a little bit. Falcao's going to go behind Mbappe. Malcolm wants to just give us width. We really need a little bit of width at times as well. So it's a little bit of a switch around, but there's ultimately 25 minutes to try and get ourselves 3 points. Falcao, got to play in behind Mbappe. Don't know where his pace has gone there, because he should get on to the end of that. This is why I wanted you out wide, Malcolm. Give us a bit of a threat. Having to really try and hold it up. A foul. A foul? What for? Go, go, go. We've got a break. Come on. No, that's a weak pass. Weak. Get him off. He's rubbish. Alright, okay, so it is Mbappe coming off. It's too many things he's not done right for me, so we're going to take him off. And we are going to bring on Durai. He's going to play on the right-hand side, similar way to the way that he played in the last game. Hopefully, Silva will come inside with Falcao go up front. But yeah, I'm not really standing for too many average performances. I'm not really having that from our team. So Mbappe is going to come off. He's played a lot of games in this episode, so I think it's time that he just get a little bit of a rest. And we'll see what happens now for the final 13 minutes, or when these changes get eventually made anyway. So that's frustrating. Silva playing through Falcao here. That was brilliant play there, but sadly got challenged, and I can't really fault us too much there. It's just a decent challenge. Go on, there we go, Silva. It's a great run. Brilliant bit of talent there from Silva, but he gets shrugged off the ball. Happy to run out this game now, and yeah, I think we've lost the match quite comfortably. Frustrating, because we've been a better team, and I say it so many times, and it's going to be to the point where you probably don't even believe me anymore. But we have completely dominated them, and it's been a very easy game for us, really. And so easy that we've come away with a loss, in fact. Bizarre match. I can't explain it, but we need to be more deadly in front of goal. Haven't been clinical enough with our chances. Haven't made the right runs again. Falcao not running through the middle as he should have. There was a clear opportunity. Everyone could have seen it, surely. And yeah, it's basically just summed up our match. Basically a lack of clinical finishers in the team. So yeah, we lose the game 1-0. And a frustrating match because, again, consistency, not creating enough chances according to the stats there. We created the exact same amount of shots as them and shots on target. Again, felt like we created about 7, I'd say. Felt like we created 7 chances, but the stats don't seem to show that. I can't explain those sort of performances where we are so dominant and we don't do anything. But yeah, consistency is key, and we haven't shown it again. We need to add to this team. I think we need to get rid of some of the dead weight as well. There's a lot of players that don't do enough in game. And I think we're going to have to overhaul the squad a little bit more than I did in the summer. And I purposely didn't do much with it in the summer because I wanted to use the players that the club already had because they're doing so well in real life. So we are going to maybe have to make a few more tweaks than I was hoping to originally make. But that's in order to try and improve the performances in game because some of the players not clinical enough, not taking the chances, and have been ultimately poor when it comes to the final touch and the final shot. But for now, we're sticking with this team until January, and that will be everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, then please go ahead and try and hit 100 likes on today's episode. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It'll be absolutely fantastic. And I'll see you guys for another episode next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.